Hello. So the life story of David Dodsworth. I was born here in New York City. My parents separated when I was 2 years old, and then I moved to Washington, D.C. with my mother. I lived with her until I was 7 years old. Then I moved to Chicago with my father. I lived there until I was 14. I went to boarding school in Wisconsin after that, college in North Dakota where I ran track. And then I moved to Maryland for a year, and I lived with my father. He had moved at that point, and I worked for him. He owns a tutoring company, so I was like supervisor and then executive assistant, which was a great learning experience. And then I moved to New York City because I wanted to model. That was something I always wanted to do. I started modeling, and I just fell out of love with the industry. I remember shooting with this photographer, and he was like, "David, you look like you just don't want to be here." And I thought about it. I was like, wow, I don't have as much of a passion for this as I thought I would. So I moved out of that, and I started athletic coaching, children in different sports, basketball, football, flag football, all types of stuff. And then I started training them one-on-one, and after that I started training adults one-on-one. And then I started working at this corporate gym called Crunch. This was in December of 2013. So there's 150 crunches in the whole world. There's 15 in Manhattan, 3 in Australia. So I started working at Crunch, and they have a system of you selling $2,000 in personal training every month, $200 worth of supplements. So supplements are like protein, creatine, multivitamins, that type of thing. So I had to do that every month. So first month I put in like 1,800. Next month was like 3,600. In the third month we were there, we had this trainer come in from a different club, and he had just broken the all-time sales record for a single month. He sold 50 grand worth of personal training, and at that point I didn't have any goals. I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life. So I transitioned, and I was like, you know what, I think I might want to go after this goal. So I waited a number of months. I tried to set everything up with my clients so that everything would fall in the same month, and come December of 2014, I went after the goal. And December 19th, I remember I was at 0 for the month. I was like on the list of personal training sales, number 660, something like that. December 20th, I came in. I had a client who I'd been pitching a package to. I trained him 4 times a week, trained his wife 3 times a week. I pitched him a year program. It was 300 sessions, cost them 28 grand, and they ended up buying it. So I did that. And the next day I came in, sold another 56 sessions to another client. That was 7 grand. Another client I sold 40 sessions to. Then on top of that, another 10 sessions for her husband. So that was like another 5 grand. So I was doing pretty well. And then comes time to go home for Christmas. So I go home for Christmas for 5 days. I come back, 29th, I put in another 3 grand. So I'm at like somewhere like 43 grand, something like that for the month. And I come in on the 30th, and I'm there all day. I'm there from opening to like from 6 a.m. to close at 11 p.m. and I can't put in anything. I don't put in a single package. And I was very distraught. I come in the next day, and I was just on it. I was on my game. I came in. A woman walked through the door, and she's like, "Oh, are you a personal trainer? I'd like to buy 20 sessions." She bought 20 sessions from me. I was calling clients up left and right, 10 sessions here, 20 sessions there, 30 sessions there. With an hour left until close, because I thought we closed at 11 p.m. normally, but because it was New Year's Eve, we closed at 7. So at 6 o'clock, an hour left to close, I put in another 10 sessions, put in another 10 sessions, and I get to 56 grand, and I end up breaking the record. And that was a huge moment for me in life. After then, I realized I didn't want to sell anymore. So I took all my clients to an independent personal training gym, and I charged them what I wanted, and I made my own hours and all that type of stuff. And I had worked with a number of trainers who were into acting. Some of them were on Orange is the New Black, Blue Bloods. One was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So there was a lot of talent there, but I always thought I could do what they could do. So I started taking acting classes in January of 2016. And it's been a full year, and I haven't missed a single class for any reason, and I'm really excited. My goal is to be the highest paid actor for any single film in history. I know that's going to happen regardless of if we work together or not, but I would love for us to work together. And thank you for taking the time out to view this. I do appreciate it. And I do hope we can work together in the future. Have a blessed night.